Hello and welcome. This is Garrett Smith. Welcome to Politics with G. It's not about Democrats or Republicans. It's about the people. We want to educate, motivate, and then call you to action to make a difference in your community. And really, that's what it's all about. And I'm excited about doing this because this is my background. It's my passion. It's what I believe in. The reason why I got involved in politics is because I'm a community organizer. And my goal was to make a difference in the community. There were many people that volunteered for me as a young person and volunteered with me. And I want to make that difference in the next generations coming forward. So this is really about just helping people to get an understanding about politics, about their community, about helping them to get involved and making a difference in the future of the lives of people that are coming after them. So today I just want to get into my background and who I am and how I got involved in politics, and hopefully you can learn from my experience. And it's important that I did it as an independent person. I didn't do it because someone told me to do it or offered me something to do it. I did it because I was already involved in volunteering in my community. I was a community organizer first before I became a politician. And it's funny, I was in corporate America for many years, and I just decided that I want to spend my time making a difference in my community, not making a difference for someone else's corporation, but making a difference in my community for the people that are around me. So I called my councilman and I said, how can I volunteer? How can I make a difference in my community? And he said, well, what do you have interest in? And I said, well, I played basketball in high school and I love sports and I would love to work with young people. So I started off with a team of 10-year-olds. It was 10 of us working together, and I really enjoyed it. And it turned out well. I had a good relationship with those young people. Some of those young people I'm still connected to this day. They're in their 30s, early 30s, but it was 20 something years ago when I did this. And that was successful with that one team. Then the next year they said, well, why don't you take a whole division of 10-year-olds? So I went from 10-year-olds to 100 kids, and I started running the division. Then they saw the activity and the way I got into it and the way that it was important to me, and I want to make a difference in young people's lives. So then after that, they gave me the whole program. So now I had the whole program, approximately 400 kids running the program after only a couple of years of volunteering. And it was interesting because I'm all about progress and being progressive. And I saw that in running the league, we had to fight with the city over jerseys and trophies and all these things. They wanted the kids to wear the same jerseys over and over again. They didn't want to buy us new jerseys. So I said to the kids, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get sponsors to pay for these jerseys, and we're going to become independent. But in the meantime, we're going to go down to City Hall and confront the mayor and let him know that although we're going to take care of certain parts of this, we want what we deserve as citizens. So I brought a group of young people down to City Hall with me. It was about 6 or 7 young people, gave them little things to say to come to the microphone at a City Hall meeting and had them confronting the mayor, demanding that he support their program. There should be no reason why, if their parents are paying taxes and involved in the town, why the city and the mayor should not support our program. Needless to say, with me bringing those young people down there, we got everything we wanted from the city hall at that point. But there were other people in the audience that wanted to know who was this person bringing young people down there and trying to organize young people and teach them how to speak at a city hall meeting? And we need to talk with him and get involved. So people started pulling me to the side, introducing themselves to me, saying that they had issues and things I could work with and help them with, and that they needed me to get involved with their issue. So we started getting organized and talking about how to improve the town, whether it was public safety, whether it was cleanliness, whether it was different programs. And we formed a committee and we formed a group that we would go to the meetings on a regular basis and confront City Hall and demand the things that we deserve. And people would stop me in the supermarket, like, oh, you're that guy that gets on TV and talks about the issues and talks about the things we deserve. So we started organizing more and more people. And then we decided to run one person for the school board. They won. Another person for council. They won. Then they came to me. They said, look, you're the person who's organizing this. You're involved in this. You need to run for mayor. And I said, well, I can't run for mayor because I'm not originally from here. I've never been a politician before. I don't have any resources. I don't have any of these things. I'm just a volunteer in the community. I don't even like politics at this point. I don't even like politicians at that point. And they said, no, you have to do it. We need you. This is your up and coming guy. You're organized. We need you to get involved in the politics in the town. So I said, okay, I'll run for mayor. So we got a grassroots group together. I ran for mayor, and even at that point, I said, "There's no way I'm going to win this election because I'm just it's not my background." What we did is we got organized. We got organized. We had a grassroots movement. We got the churches involved. I was very involved with the churches and volunteering and working with young people. So I got many pastors to get involved. The many young people, even up until that point, that I had served, their parents got involved with my campaign. And before I knew it, we had this big grassroots movement going on, and the amazing thing also that I didn't mention was that the town never had a black mayor before. So I was a black guy running for mayor, not from the town, not a whole lot of resources, never held a public office, and we're out with this grassroots campaign run against this big machine that was in control. And needless to say, we ended up beating that mayor 2-1, and it was an amazing campaign. We basically blew that whole system away. They had no idea who I was or anything. And one of the things that happened, which was interesting, and we'll talk about this, is I got to learn the behind the scenes situation with politics and how it works. Just like we say at Politics with G, it's not about Democrats and Republicans. Well, it's not, because at the end of the day, the Democrats and Republicans are not going to solve your problems. The community organizing will solve your problem. And I learned that very quickly, because the minute I won my election, you have to run in the primary and then you have to run in the general election. When I won the primary, immediately the Democratic power structure called me down into a room and confronted me and cursed at me and went off at me. How dare you do this? You have no right to do this. This is how we do it. You have to come to us and ask us for permission and ask us to do these different things. And I said, well, why would I do that when I beat you? Like, then they're like, oh, we need to take over your campaign. You don't need to do anything else. We're going to do this for you. Now you need to stay away from this person and that person. You should not be involved in this and that. And I said, I don't know if you know me, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm very independent, and we built our own campaign, and that's how it's going to stay. And needless to say, I battled with those folks all the way through, because their idea of politics, this Democrat and Republican Party system that we're under, especially when it comes to black elected officials, is controlling our community and controlling the resources. I was very naive. I did not realize the resources that were involved in running these towns. My budget was about $40 million. Many of the larger cities, even the city of Newark, is about $1 billion. So there's a large amount of resources involved in running these towns. And the more independent our politicians can stay, the better, because we do not want politicians that are beholden to other people. And they offer me jobs, they offer me all kind of resources, anything to allow them to control my votes and my thinking and my direction. That's what they wanted to do. And that's the battle I fight today, because I train and educate people how to run for office. And at the end of the day, we want independent thinkers that are running for office, uh, and representing us in these communities. And that's our biggest fight. They ask people, why are you fighting in Roselle? Why does Roselle so many fights? Because at the end of the day, we want to be independent. And there are people that don't want to allow us to be independent because it's money. It's money. And that's whether it's East Orange, Newark, Jersey City, wherever we're at, and especially in the black community, it's about resources and money. And believe me, when you see different battles going on, it's because it's about control. And this is global. This is not even about New Jersey or Jersey City. This is global in the black communities, because we're talking about educational resources. We're talking about access to homes, access to jobs, millions of dollars on the line. And we deserve our share and our turn. It's like they said, there was a point when the communities were basically all Irish or all Italian. There was no question that these people were going to run their community. But then when we got involved, all of a sudden now we have to give our resources to someone else. We cannot be the lawyers and the engineers and the people that are making the decisions. We can be the elected officials, but we cannot be the people that are the professionals. And we're saying we don't mind partnering with anyone, but at the end of the day, we want to be the solution in our community. And so that's what I want to educate people on with Politics with G. I want to bring on guests that are independent, that have built themselves up through their own initiative and have made a difference in their community. Because many of us say, oh, I don't like politics or I do like politics. But what do you understand about politics? Do you really understand it? This is what Politics with G, Black Table Talk is all about. We want to educate you so you can make informed decisions. And that's what I always do when I ask people to run for office. I want to educate you. I want you to learn exactly what you're doing. I want you to know the budget. I want you to know the system so that you can be an informed leader, an informed voter, an informed volunteer, someone that is ready to make a difference in your community. So I'm excited about the show. We're going to have some great guests on. We're going to have some good talks about empowerment and educating people and making a difference in people's lives and really just telling the story about many of your leaders and public officials that you may not know. And many times they don't get to tell these stories because they're in such environments where it's just, talking about basic issues that they don't get into the heart and soul of who they are and why they're doing this and how we can help and support them and make a difference in their lives. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the person that has the title, it's about making a difference in your community. And in order to get involved in the future of your community, you have to be involved in the politics of your community, whether you like it or not. It will decide your future. And Politics with G, we're going to have fun with that. We're going to enjoy that. We're going to have inspirational conversations about politics, about leadership, about community organizing, about um, the Black community coming together to make a difference in the future. Because we have to know as a community that it's not an accident that we are struggling in certain areas when it comes to employment, when it comes to education, when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to public safety and criminal justice. All these things involve politics, and they're too important for us to overlook or not get involved in. You'll find many communities are getting the resources they need. Their kids are getting educated on a higher level because they're involved. You have the city council meeting or the board of ed meeting packed full of people in those towns that have resources and money and are serious about making a difference in their children's education, or serious about keeping their streets clean, serious about not letting drug addiction take hold of their town. So Politics is G is going to be fun. I really want you to listen and learn and get involved because we're going to be hard hitting, hitting on many important topics that will make a difference in your life. Uh, Politics with G is going to be a difference maker in the future. And I think it'll allow public officials that don't normally get a chance to tell their story. We want them to tell their story, and we want you to hear very clearly. Because I remember coming up, there were shows like It Is with Gil Noble and Bill McCreary with Black News that used to tell our story. And we don't want other people telling our story. We want the opportunity to tell the story ourselves. And as a pioneer, as the first Black mayor in my town, um, I think it's important that we tell our own story and we have our own legacy. We can't allow people to shape that. We have to shape that, and we have to uh, talk to people about that, and we have to express that. So once again, please watch the show Politics with G. Please subscribe, like. Want your support because it's important. Because your support will make a difference in your life. It's not about me. It's not about any of these people that have whether they're mayor title or whatever their title is. They're here to serve. And that's what it's all about. We want you to understand that. We're here to serve you, and I want you to hear their stories of service because we have some great people that are elected officials in New Jersey, but it's not even about New Jersey. New Jersey is a microcosm of what's going on around the country, especially when it comes to the Black community. So listen, learn, Politics with G, Black Table Talk, not about Democrats or Republicans. It's about the people. Thank you.